It's Dr. Jeff Davis, President of Lordship Investments and Director of New Way Community Development, coming here today offering you 5 minutes to live by. In this program, we look at different topics. We'll look at things like real estate, marriage, business, family, Christianity, sales, just to name a few of the topics. Today, we're going to be looking at what it takes to become an investor, talking specifically about real estate investing. And you can get more information about what it is that we're talking about today by taking a look at this website, www.lordshipinvestor.com. Again, that's www.lordshipinvestor.com. For a list of my books and other materials, feel free to go to Amazon. You know that address, www.amazon.com. Look for books by Dr. Jeff Davis and under Jeff Davis, and you'll find some resources there. So, today's topic is why should you pick someone to help you with your next real estate deal? So, let's talk about putting deals together in real estate. Now, real estate is a very complex um, business, for lack of a better word. Uh, it is something that requires you to be able to know how to put together a lot of different pieces to make a deal work. First of all, you have a lot of moving parts in real estate. So let's say, for example, you make a desire. You have a desire to go out and to begin buying some property. You have to determine what kind of property you want. Where do you want it? What are your objectives, your buying objectives? Some people buy for appreciation. Some people buy for cash flow. Some people buy for convenience. So you have to determine for yourself what is your particular determination. And you may have a couple. Personally, I believe in today's environment that investing for cash flow should be paramount. Buying properties that do not cash flow means that they're just going to be a burden for you. And they could become a big problem, especially if you have a very large deficit or net cash flow. So you want to buy properties, hopefully, that are generating some money for you, that are helping you to move towards your dreams. Now, when we look at putting together these deals, let's say you found the place and you now have determined, yeah, this is where I want to be. You have to look at how you're going to acquire it. Of course, you can look at financing options if you have money for a down payment. You can go to a lender, you got good credit. You can move in that direction. If you want to be a little bit more creative, you can talk to the seller. Try to find out what their motivation is for selling. And there are a variety of different ways that you could put together a deal that will require little to no money out of your pocket. You have to decide if you are looking for a property that is vacant, that's going to need work, that will require more money, of course, to fix it up. Or you're going to look for one that's already occupied and now it's ready, or maybe it already has tenants in it. So it's already positively cash flowing. So now you've located, you've determined the fact that you want the property, you've located where you want it to be, you have determined how you want to buy it. Then you have to figure out, how do I put all these pieces together? And real estate is complicated. You have contracts, and each state has its own particular set of rules. So you want to make sure you understand what those rules are depending upon the state that you're purchasing in. There are some states here in the United States that are landlord friendly and others that are tenant friendly. So depending upon where you want to buy and what you're looking to do, those laws that govern that state are going to determine what your contract should entail. Most times you're going to need an attorney to help you walk through this process. You have to figure out what your budget's going to be, because it won't just be an attorney. There's some other things. You might want to get an inspection on the property to make sure that you know exactly what you're buying. You might want to get an appraisal just to kind of make sure that you know how much it's worth. You have to have your end game in mind. Are you buying this property to hold it? Are you buying it to sell it in a short term? What's your goal? What's your objective? So the question that I asked you earlier was, why pick someone to help you with your next real estate deal? Because for the average person, the processes that I've been explaining are pretty complicated. A lot of people would love to get into real estate and just do it and just make it happen, but keep this in mind. Some of the most educated and successful people in this country are also investing in real estate. So when you get into this arena, you are not dealing with a bunch of dummies. You're not dealing with a bunch of stupid people that don't know how it works. On the contrary, you're going to find that these people are extremely competent and capable and sometimes dishonest. Not everyone is going to be okay with you getting a great deal. There'll be some that may, but the majority of people are going to be jealous. Sad to say, some of them are even going to try to undermine you. They're going to try to take the deal away from you. So you want to be able to come into the transaction and lock it up. You do that with a contract, and you do it with a well-written contract that has enough clauses in it to protect your interests while you are going forth pursuing this property. My suggestion is, if this is your first time, whether you are buying your first house or you're buying your first investment house or property, that you do look to see if you could maybe have somebody with you to kind of show you the ropes, help you to kind of walk through the process, to catch the things that you won't catch, and to help you. Now, let's say you're a renter and you're looking to buy a home. Typically, that person's a realtor. Realtors help you find homes, they help you put offers together, they help you coordinate the financing, they help you coordinate the closing. Realtors are paid when everything comes together at the end, so they have a vested interest in seeing to it that you're taken care of. And that's a good thing. Now, when you're an investor, sometimes you can have a realtor work with you, but a lot of times realtors are expecting investors to know what they're doing. So, depending upon what you're trying to buy, and again, maybe you're looking at a small property, it could be a larger property. You might want to think outside the box of the realtor, although that is definitely one of your options. Another one is to, get with someone who has bought investment property before, who would be willing to walk with you through it. Now, sometimes they're going to do it if they're part of the contract, part of the deal. Um, Very, very seldom are they going to help you walk through all of the details for free. So you have to be prepared to see what kind of deal can you offer them to get them to help you. Now, it also helps if you have people that have done this before who have an interest in your success. Someone who wants to see you do well and prosper and grow and become. I remember when I was young and thinking about things like real estate, and I had a relative who was pretty successful. They had a good job, they owned a couple of properties, and I remember going there once trying to pick his brain with him and his friends just to kind of get an idea because I'm like, I'm a young guy, I'm working, thinking of possibly, getting into some real estate. I've got a house, and it's always good to, learn some things from people. And what I found was they had zero interest in helping me to pick up any investment property. I mean, we talked and stuff, but we talked in circles and generalities. And when I left there, I remember, telling my wife, these guys don't care if my dream becomes a reality. And it kind of changed my whole perspective in terms of moving forward. Yes, it made me want to learn more myself. It made me want to get the knowledge myself so that I could understand how to navigate through this very complicated landscape. But the good thing is that it's possible to do that. And I found my way. And so I'm saying to you that if you're looking to get into your first deal, you're looking to move in that direction, think it through. Don't just get out there and find a property and put a contract together and think you're going to wing it all the way through, because there's a very good possibility you will get burned. You need to have support. You need to have legal advice. You need to have some property advice. Now, maybe you're very handy and you understand, construction, and that'll help you. But you need to make sure that what you're buying is worth what you're paying for it. You need to probably you're going to work with a title company that's going to help with the closing. Um, if you're buying it creatively, you're probably not going to look at needing an appraisal and stuff. You, as an investor, may not even be looking at a lender in terms of a bank, but you might look at a private money lender. You might look at a hard money lender. I mean, there are just different ways to put it together. And so my whole point of this video is to just admonish you to really think about what it is that you're looking to do and what you want to accomplish with real estate. Don't let yourself get into a place where you're not able to do the things that you need to do. Because if you do, it can be a devastating experience and one that can leave you with a lot less finances than you have today. So again, my name is Dr. Jeff Davis. Any thing we can do for you to help, we'll be more than happy to. Website's www.lordshipinvestor.com. Feel free to reach out. We have a comment section. If you have any questions, be more than happy to kind of answer them and kind of help guide you in this great journey of becoming a real estate investor. So till next time, this is Dr. Jeff Davis, Lordship Investments, wishing you a day filled with both success and happiness.